And now we are going to jump very fast to the next semi-finalists of the 50 Founders Battle. I'm very excited to see what they have in store for us today. And if you just joined us either here or online, just a quick reminder that today, throughout the day, we will hear 50 pitches. We already heard 10, and now we're moving on to the next 10 semi-finalists who will compete for the main prizes. And each startup, very strict, 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, they will hear a sound. That means it's done. So we're very strict with that. And then the jury that you see in front of us, and I will give them an opportunity to ask, to introduce themselves in a second. And then the jury, after the pitch, has 2 minutes to ask a few of their questions to the one founder pitching. And well, let's get started. And I would like to introduce the jury who will be evaluating the next 10 startups. Please welcome Anna Wolstein from Kaya VC.
Hi.
Yeah. Maybe you can tell a bit more about yourself in 1 or 2 sentences to the ones in the audience so they know what kind of investor you are.
Yeah, sure. With pleasure. Anna Wolstein. Yeah, the pronunciation is a bit different. From Kaya VC, we're based out of Prague. We're investing out of our 4th fund currently, early stage startups, tech-enabled. We're a generalist fund, but we really like to hear from health tech, as well as marketplaces, fintechs, anything that will make a difference, and a lot of SaaS. Thank you.
Thank you. Abdul Afridi from Keen Venture Partners.
Hi, everyone. Abdul Afridi here. Keen Venture Partners is a Amsterdam, London-based VC fund where we focus on Series A, Series B, writing tickets between 5 to 10 million euros. We are investing out of our 2nd fund, which is a 150 million euro fund, investing across Europe, sector agnostic. So we're not the kind of investors who say no to hardware or no to services revenue. We kind of look at everything based on its merit. Good to be here.
Thank you. Jere Blomqvist from Early Growth Capital.
Hello, nice to be here. So Jere is the name, and I represent Early Growth Partners, and we as well invest in the Series A and Series B across sectors and across Europe. But funnily enough, most of our investments so far have been in marketplaces and in e-commerce, so happy to judge this pitch.
Amazing. Kevin Losh from InVenture.
Hi, thanks for having me. We're an early stage fund based in Helsinki. We have an office in Stockholm as well. We're right now investing out of our new fund number 4, which we're going to soon launch as well, or better announce as well. We are very industry agnostic, purely Nordic and Baltic based with a super amazing Latvian company, Nordics. And yeah, we're investing up to 4 million initially, and then we usually follow on quite long.
Thank you. I think Nordics has been on this stage for quite some time as well. And last but not least, Tim Vainu from Fund Fellow Funders.
Yep. Hello, everybody. We are not the fund. Actually, we are angel investor community operating deal by deal. And my 2nd hat is actually operating with Ventures, which is a Swedish investment company as well. So happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, there's quite amazing investors here, so not to make the founders even more stressed a bit, but just a little bit. So I have only one task left for the audience. So be kind and be supportive and welcome all of the founders here with applause, because it takes a lot of guts to build a startup and come on stage and pitch it. But I will not talk anymore. Let's give the stage for our first startup contester.
Hello everyone, my name is Hadi. I'm a founder and CEO at Contester. And I would be happy to have my slides. Okay. Talking about web technology, it has progressed a lot, but web experience hasn't changed over 2 decades. Compared to how social media shifted the user behavior to demand more of personalized and video content, like Instagram and TikTok. But this problem is worse for marketing people because they are responsible for all the digital marketing performance, Are they able to leverage website visitors as they do on social media with fresh content? No, they can't. Website formats are limited, and they have to communicate with IT team. Nobody wants that. And this is a huge gap, because all the digital marketing campaigns will end up in a website. It means hundreds of billions of dollars every single year go wasted with 50 to 70%, sometimes 90% bounce rate. People leave the website because it's irrelevant to the campaign message. It's generic. So we are here to bridge this gap and enable marketing and creatives to enhance website experience on their own. We built a whole new platform, consists of a drag and drop creator, a content management, and an end product that evolves every single day with customer feedbacks. It means it enables, I will need my animation. Not playing. Anyways. Thanks. That doesn't work. It enables marketing teams to drag and drop video experiences at any page of their websites in one click. These experiences are interactive, shoppable, browsable, and helps customers to find the right product during the shopping journey and make the confident purchase decision. Our current clients could reduce the bounce rate 3 to 5 times. We're talking about 300% more people to leverage and sell. So the impact is huge. We're adding several unique value propositions to the competitive landscape where none of our competitors can do such unless they copy our architecture and business model, which is not easy. The addressable market for e-commerce is huge. The global video marketing, video shopping is rapidly growing, and 10% of digital marketing spend is the one we're going to leverage to become a billion-dollar company in 4 years. Our business model is usage-based subscription, and we could generate 10K in revenue since December with 89% average month-to-month growth, and we are still growing. With my co-founder Kostas, we have 30 plus years experience in the content, and we are raising 500K to reach 30K MRR, expand into 10 marketplaces, and launch 2 new revenue streams in 18 months. Thanks for the listen. Happy to answer.
Thank you so much. Now, Jury, it's time for your questions.
Yeah, I can go first. Can you walk through the competition of the market as well? What are you competing against?
Sure, thank you for the question. We have a competitor from different segments, live shoppings and also interactive videos. For example, Echo and Video Ask, which are providing the same many-to-many technology. But the value proposition that we actually add is that if we remove, for example, video from the equation, then they have actually nothing, rather just some call to actions. But we have a powerful web experience as a complete web experience that can actually lead users to the right product and many conversion functionalities. We have visibility management that none of them have. And yeah, they have to copy our architecture, basically. Thank you.
Thanks for the pitch. Tell us about your go-to-market strategy.
Sure. At the moment, our main go-to-market strategy for bigger clients, for enterprise clients, is through agency partners. We have, at the moment, 4 agency partnership in Estonia, which also they are biggest in the Baltic as well, including Omnicom, OMD, and the Creative Union agencies. Consists of 11 agencies, actually. So this is the first go-to-market strategy for bigger clients, but for smaller businesses, we go to marketplaces. And for that, for such a business similar to us with creative and a strategy part, it usually needs onboarding, manual onboarding. So we knew this, we were aware of this risk. So we are working on using our own tool to kind of automate the sales process and onboarding process and education process.
Thank you, thank you. And then you can test her. Let's have a round of applause. And the stage is yours for the next startup, Crowd for Impact.
Hi everyone, I'm Milia from Crowd for Impact, one of the founders, and I already started. So I'm Milia, one of the co-founders of Crowd for Impact, and it's a sustainability as a service platform that builds cooperation between companies and impact startups. And why is this important? There's nearly $20 billion used annually into corporate social responsibility reporting. And that's just the surface level. This does not take into account the certificate market. So basically, what we're missing is the tangible solutions, the tangible action. The problem that we're solving for impact startups is, of course, the funding. Every startup needs funding. So for corporates, the pain point is that they have the will to work with impact creators, but they don't have the resources to do so. It takes a lot of time to scout these impact startups for collaboration, for outsourcing impact creation. Our solution brings together companies and impact creators through crowdfunding, as well as employer recognition and our sustainability as a service model. On Crowd for Impact, companies can find products and services directly from impact creators and do sustainability actions together with them. In addition to that, HR managers can assign gift cards to their employees to select from sustainable products and services. In return of this, the companies also get impact analytics and content in return of the employee actions taken on our platform. This is the incentivizer for the companies to purchase from us, or from our impact startups. Our solution is a SaaS-based platform, a B2B marketplace, and we're also commission-based from the impact startup section, but we intend to decrease the commission because our steady revenue will soon come from the SaaS solution. Our current milestones include helping 15 tons of plastic waste being removed from the world's most polluted rivers, thanks to the cooperation built through our platform, together with impact startups and companies. Also, 30 families in need have received nutritious food packages, thanks to the cooperation built through our platform. Our target customer from the corporate side are tech companies with more than 50 employees. Our founding team, we have plus 20 years of experience from building e-commerce platforms, crowdfunding, and financial solutions. Thank you. Join us and help us grow.
Thank you. An amazing pitch, I just wanted to say, and truly an idea that makes the world a better place. The jury.
Hey, Emilia, thank you for that. As a sort of a two-sided marketplace, you talked about tech companies with more than 15 employees, which is a lot of companies out there. So how does that demand-side acquisition work in finding the corporates and getting them on the platform effectively? How do you acquire those corporates?
First, we identified a target customer that it could. We thought that it would be the companies who work with sustainability already, but in fact they have a very high standard and they are very picky in with who they work with, including the startups, but they do have the will to work with them. So we have received a positive signal from sales calls so far, and we have identified through those calls that tech companies indeed suffer from finding talent and letting the talent stay. So this HR tool they're interested in, that it gives them information about what values and what causes their employees care about. So that helps with employee attracting talent. That's why tech companies.
Yes, thank you for the pitch, and I think it's great to see more and more startups in this field. But could you tell me a bit more about the competitive landscape and how you see it going forward?
That's a good question. Our competitors, we have identified that there's a huge market in employee recognition in the US, but also in the CSR section. So our main competitors are in these areas. Of course, then there's the reward-based crowdfunding altogether, but we are not competing against them, those giants. Obviously, it would be an impossible game, and it would be commission-based. But the subscription model that we have is something that will secure the steady revenue, and there are no employee recognition tools, of course there are employee recognition tools that are focusing with sustainability and eco-friendly options, but we have identified that that's still a small niche, so we're in the right times. We're now entering the market like in the right time. There's a huge demand for eco-friendly gift options for employees.
Thank you. Thank you, and let's
Thank
give
you,
a round
everyone.
of applause for Crowd for Impact. Well, I, for one, I'm quite sure that the only battle that's even bigger than the 50 Founders battle, of course, is the fight for talent right now, at least in the European region, but I'm quite sure that far beyond that as well. But now I'm going to give the floor to HackMotion. Great to see you here. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Mattis from HackMotion. We use wearable sensors to provide training feedback to amateur athletes. And I'm super excited to share today what we have actually learned during the past few years. So at least 1 in 4 adults do leisure sports. They all strive to get better, and we know they're ready to pay because sports equipment market is huge. The problem is that there's a lack of products that can actually help to improve your skills. HackMotion solves that with wearable tech. In contrast to vague statistics from traditional sports trackers, we measure movement technique with metrics such as joint angles. Our products come with intuitive software that just shows you how to improve. And actually, there's a big shift happening how sports are trained. For example, golf, for years have been adopting many tech products, and it's in itself a huge market, but it's not alone. Baseball is also now rapidly adopting tech, and we see that every sport in the future will use motion sensors. This is a bigger opportunity than traditional sports trackers, and we are in a great position to capture this opportunity. Here's why. A few years ago, we launched a product for golf coaches, and it worked. To date, we have made around 2 million in revenues, and our users include coaches of the very top athletes in the world. Using their feedback, we have built a product that is truly scalable for consumers. And we actually launched it already last fall. Since the launch, we have made around 250K from early sales and are on track to reach well over 1 million revenue this year. And all this without any external funding. We currently charge for the device to stabilize cash flow, but plan subscription model in the future. In contrast to our competition, we build products that are both easy to use, but provide a lot of actionable info. While others burn millions, we go to market in a lean way and provide more value than traditional sports trackers. Our founder team already have experience with previous multi-million dollar exits. We have PhD in motion sensors. We even have a player in national golf team. And we already have product and marketing teams in place, and we are committed. Actually, this week, we bought back shares from early investors, so right now we have a clean cap table. So what's next for us? So we have traction for scalable product in golf. We'll put in 300K from our previous year's revenue to build sustainable and marketing model, and then we will seek funding to grow golf sales to thousands of units per month, and then enter a baseball market with similar strategy. So yeah, I would like to talk with investors about fundraising and anyone willing to join our team to build future of wearables. Thank you.
Thank you. So do you play all those sports yourself?
I must say yes.
You know baseball?
Well, baseball, we actually do it in our office. So we have a hitting bay, so we have golf simulator and start to develop our algorithms there for baseball. So you can do a lot of stuff indoors now there.
That's cool. Sounds a little bit dangerous to play baseball in office, but you know, quite cool. On to you, the jury, dear.
Yes, thank you for the pitch. Really interesting. How are you distributing this? So is it purely to your own website, or do you have partners, or how do you do it?
So mainly it's e-commerce on our websites. We have few resellers, but actually our kind of main go-to-market is e-commerce, because there we get bigger margins, and we also can control the whole customer experience till then, which is super important at first.
Thanks, Atis, for the pitch. I hope you have a good insurance company when you play baseball inside. Yeah, for me, it would be interesting to understand. I mean, we investors know how hard it is to scale hardware, and you obviously have a crucial hardware component. And first of all, it would be good to understand how you solve basically the semiconductor shortage and the supply chain, which is obviously nowadays, especially with the macro environments, kind of rigged. So maybe tell us about how you want to solve those problems and how you want to basically achieve scalability here.
Yeah, so regarding the shortage, obviously there are some problems, but the trick is to plan ahead. So we put our plans like years ahead right now. We used to buy stuff like next day, and now we order stuff like more than a year in advance. The other thing is that our hardware is actually super simple. There are a few chips, plastics, and that's it. So we can do a lot of maneuvering around. If we don't have one part, we kind of tailor it to others. So we don't see a big problem there. And also our margins are really good. So we are sort of a hardware company, but the margins I think are closer to software, as it's basically two fitness trackers strapped together for this product. And if you can buy cheapest fitness trackers for like $20 now, then you can imagine what are the actual manufacturing costs.
Hey, Atis, this might be a really dumb question for a terrible golfer. If I buy this device and it tells me, Abdul, your golf swing sucks, do I need to then go get a coach to help improve that? I.e., it tells me what I'm doing wrong, but it's not telling me how to fix it, because I feel like that's the human element that you need.
Yeah, so the approach we had from the beginning, so we don't start with amateur market. We started with professionals. There we learned what we need to kind of measure and what kind of patterns you should achieve. And now we go towards the consumer market. And so right now, most of our users are quite advanced players still. So the very beginners will be the very last that we're going to target. So golf is like 60 million players. So the beginners are going to be the last ones there, because the software all the time is improving in a way that it's really something like a virtual coach. But so we start with a measurement device, then it's getting more and more advanced, and now we have proof that we sell devices to kind of amateur golfers, and they're happy with it.
Thank you, Atis. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just another reminder that the lockdown is over and it's time to get back to those healthy habits. Now let's move on with the next startup, HELPMYTASK.
Good afternoon. My name is Jan and I present HELPMYTASK, your daily assistant. It's a fact that constantly growing customer acquisition costs for businesses have reached historical heights this year and predicted to grow over 10-20% yearly. HELPMYTASK was designed with the idea of reducing those costs by up to 70%, depending on industry. HELPMYTASK is easy and simple to use, with a very simple sign-up process that can be done on practically any device. All we want to know is how can we help. At HELPMYTASK, we believe in freedom of use, and we aim to assist with best possible solution. Our advantages in the front of others is verified specialists, no commission, payment escrow, and dispute resolving. On top of that, HelpMyTask is free. We monetize specialists who are using HelpMyTask as sourcing platform based on our subscription model. Sorry. Our main industry sectors is IT, marketing and design, followed by building and construction, household services and repairs, which is a direct way to B2C with a much larger obtainable user amount. We launched in May 2021, assisting in IT, marketing and design. HelpMyTask at the moment is a registered trademark and a running platform with more than 700 users, of which 450 are specialists and 250 customers. At the moment, we are raising €100,000 for additional marketing activities and customer acquisition. Based on our research and calculations, we can predict that Baltic countries can get us 3,000 paying customers with a monthly revenue of €75,000. Our plan is to cover Baltic countries and move on to Scandinavian market. Our platform is technically designed that it can scale easily in Europe. Behind HelpMyTask is a working team of 3. We all met more than 10 years ago while solving international trade-related difficulties for companies who now revenue in millions yearly. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Great pitch. The jury, are you ready with some questions?
Yeah, sure. So can you elaborate a little bit on your ideal client?
At the moment, we're concentrating on B2B because it's easier to approach and get the final deal. But at the moment, those are agencies, if we talk about IT, marketing and design, and freelancers who can give their additional services or introduce themselves to our customers to offer their services. In the next development, we plan to have another totally different niche, which is building and construction. Again, B2B. And only after that, we are looking into B2C because it's most difficult and labor involved.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so, one of my dreams was to create an app that could solve all of the issues. So you just type something in and then you have a solution for this. But coming from Estonia, at least, I can quite confidently say that none of those kind of apps flew basically in Estonia. There's quite a lot of competition, quite a lot of similarities, but none of them actually made it big, at least in Estonia or the Baltic region so far. So what makes you special? Why do you have confidence that you will do better than the rest?
We aim to be as something like a small app that will just reply to your question. And not more than this, because if you see all the rest of the platforms, there's lots of information, lots to choose from, and you spend lots of time wasting it. On top of that, on most of platforms, customers and specialists can register double accounts and avoid if they failed previously. We also include our specific thing as a dispute solving. If there's a dispute, we involve in that and then contact both parties and find the best solution.
Thank you. And just as a comment to you, as soon as you started answering questions, you're way easier on the stage and acting natural. So don't stress next time when you're pitching. You're doing great.
It's the first time. I'm very sorry. I've tried to be prepared.
Well, you're doing amazing for the first time. Thank you so much for the pitch. And let's move on to the next startup. I'm going to take a guess. You're from Finland, Lainappi, just based on the name, but maybe you can prove me wrong.
Hello. Hello. Imagine a world where you wouldn't always need to buy new stuff. Hello, I'm Antti, I'm from Finland, and I'm one of the founders of Lainappi. Do you have items at home you only use a few times per year? For example, skis, drills, tents? Or have you recently needed an item you don't own, but didn't really want to buy it because of its expensive price or low frequency of use? Our mission is to minimize the need to buy new and put items into use. Lainappi is a mobile app. It is a sharing economy platform where users can easily rent items from each other. You can both earn and save money by renting. Plus, what's cool is that it's safe, because all rentals are insured by a third-party insurance company. And how do consumers find out about us? How do we make sure there is a base supply? We bring it to them. We have done a pilot with Helsinki City Transportations, Lainappi boxes, self-service lockers where users can easily rent items Lainappi owns. This concept has been a success. We brought the most needed items to a busy metro station and our users loved it. In just a couple of weeks, we're having new boxes live in 3 different highly crowded public locations. We take a commission out of every transaction made inside the app, 20% from peer-to-peer and 100% from boxes. As our user base grows, we are looking to implement advertising models. Our box concept is unique, all rentals are insured, and we have a rating system where users rate each other. This is what makes us the most reliable and accessible in the market. The sharing economy industry is growing rapidly, almost at a 30% annual rate. Alone in Europe, consumers spend over 1 billion euros in peer-to-peer item rental services. Out of this, 480 million euros goes to different platforms. Already next year, we are entering a 17 million market when moving to Sweden and Estonia. We launched in April 2021. So far, we have gathered 5,000 downloads and 15K revenue. We are having a funding round this fall and are looking to build investor relationships. Our team has done a thesis about renting household items in Finland and been part in several sharing economy projects. Join our journey in building smart cities and creating a more sustainable future. Thank you.
Thank you. So I have to ask, is it a play on words on lineup, or does it mean something else?
It's a play on word, yeah. Laina means like borrow, and appi is app in Finnish. So okay. Could be in English, maybe rent app, something like this.
Thank you for the one-on-one on Finnish. So I'm going to give the floor to the jury for maybe some more deep dive questions than mine.
Thank you, Antti. Se on hyvä. I mean, first of all, I like your energy on stage. Very nicely done. For me, it's interesting because, like, I think the circular economy, I think it's definitely a nerve, and I think we have seen it in Finland with Swappy, right? And for me, it would be interesting, like, on a platform, how you want to solve basically the retention of the customers, right? And maybe also, like, is there more more distributable way of basically bringing the items from A to B instead of the boxes, right?
Yeah, good point. The boxes are located in highly, like, public places. For example, metro station, the future ones will be in malls. So we're aiming to put them in, like, places where people move around. But, of course, in the future, are looking to find logistic solutions too.
And before I give the microphone to Jere, make sure that you come to our Tampere event on the 11th of May.
I'll try to make it there.
Yes, kiitos. Yeah, my thinking was also around the boxes, because, you know, if you have the boxes, it really means that you have to build up supply in a really micro way, because, you know, I don't want to travel 5 kilometers to leave a football or whatever I, you know, want to rent. So kind of how do you see scaling up the supply with this strategy?
Yeah, so once again, we put the boxes in highly crowded locations so that you can, for example, when you go to the store at the same time, grab it or go to work from metro. But we are also having the peer-to-peer service at the same time, and we're trying to build that more items that people put to rent. So maybe you'll have something you need right on your neighbor too.
Thank you. Yeah, great presentation. I actually like the boxes idea. My question would be, so do you own all the stuff that you use for the boxes? as the company, or do you is it still peer-to-peer?
No, we also piloted that so peer-to-peer concept in the box, so people could bring items there and someone can grab it. So this solves also the one part of the problem, but we own the items inside the box, but we also have just had our first partner who gives us the items and is visible on the box too.
Awesome. Yeah. That was a follow-up question, so thanks for answering.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lainappi. I see we are already making plans for social events for the future. That's always a great sign, especially if you're making them with investors. So let's give the floor to Heybooster. Hey.
Hey. Hey, how often do you use the navigation? It calculates all the intensive traffic data to let us to know what is the best route for us. And let's look at the business side. There are more than over 8,000 marketing tools that creates the data intensity. So who's gonna check this data and turn this into action? If you have a data team, you are lucky, because only 11% of the marketing teams have access to data teams. So the other teams are looking at these non-actionable complex reports. And also let me say that it doesn't help you to increase your revenue because it's all metrics up and down. So a year ago, we started to work on machine learning algorithms, how we can integrate it easily and highlight the suggestions. So here is the solution, Heybooster. As you've seen that, the revenue, one of the key metrics, is dropping. And also here are the suggestions that Heybooster navigate the business to increase their revenue. It's like receiving an email from your colleagues, right? And we got our first investment from startup Wise Guys. After 9 months of development progress, we launched our product to get a feedback. And then we achieved 300 active users. And our go-to-market strategy is shaped during that time. Once the clients find the insights with related to their pain points that they share with the agencies for the solution. And the agencies connect their clients to see the problems. So it's like a circle. And it's growing organically. And also to feed this circle, we are building partnerships. On the tech side, we will be integrated with Shopify, Amazon, and Adjust. And also the agencies connect their accounts for all over the world. The market size of augmented analytics is over $60 billion, and we focus on the e-commerce sites. And here are the team behind the Heybooster. I have worked as a data analyst for over a decade, and also I built a $1 million company. My co-founder Nestian is a top analyst. We have been working together for 4 years. And we are all fully committed to build Heybooster since the beginning. And here's the competition. Our competitors are focusing on the data visualization. It's cool, they are building reports, but the marketing teams don't have a time to check their reports. They are looking for the navigations, like Heybooster. So it's not easy at all. In order to grow faster and more connected, we are looking funding. And if you are interested in to invest B2B or e-commerce SaaS business, I'm Shai, Suyan, co-founder of Heybooster. Let's grab a coffee.
Well, that's some great energy, amazing work.
Thank you.
Your questions, Jerry?
Yeah, thank you, Sahin. Great pitch indeed. I think I agree with it. That it's great that you're bundling all the data because, as you said, there's a lot of that, and it's hard to make kind of decisions. So, kind of regarding that, what's kind of your go-to-market strategy? What markets are you now targeting, and what's kind of the sales process and so forth?
Right now, actually one of the biggest our go-to-market strategy is making partnership with the techs. I think there's no slides, but okay. For example, in the Amazon and the Shopify has over 60 million merchants in here. So when we list it as an apps and their app marketplace, that we will have a brand awareness. And also we are making the partnerships with the agencies because agencies cannot manage their clients. So they are looking for a solution to get the easy suggestions. So, yep.
And just a quick one, sorry if I missed, but what are the round terms? How much you're raising and what valuation?
Right now, we are fundraising 300 for the post money on $3 million. And also we found the half of them. And now we are looking for the other half from there.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, and thanks for the amazing pitch. It was really, really active, wonderful energy. So we have 6 startups done from the 10, and now we have 4 startups left to hear. Excited to hear them. Poppin Games, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Hello everyone, I am Talat. We are in-game advertisement business. The problem is reaching out gamers is not easy and expensive for the brands. Majority of games have ads that disrupt the gameplay and take up screen space. Gamers today are 3 billion people, 34 years old, play 2 games twice a day. It is $160 billion market. It is excluding metaverse, by the way. In-game ad field alone is $6 billion and it's growing 20% yearly. So what does Poppin Games do? We help advertisers to reach gamers without annoying them and harming their brands. Game developers download our plugin, install to their menu, and they create dynamic ad spots. These are immersive, non-intrusive ad spots in the texture of the game. And it doesn't require any coding at all. Advertisers, on the other hand, go put up their content, do payment, start the campaign by themselves without any help required. And they start monitoring real time. Gamers see ads just like walking on the street, a poster on the wall or a billboard on the street. Plugin download or setting up a campaign to a specific targeted group all are happening with one tool. As a result, gamers do not get blocked and they visit more. And game studios earn larger from the larger revenue pool. And we get our share from the ad revenue. There are giants in the market, in the competitive landscape, who does the traditional, what I call, blocker videos and banners. We are covering roughly 5% with the other non-intrusive solutions, but it looks like it's going to be the non-intrusive solutions are going to be the future of in-game ads, because half of the game developers and advertisers are willing to use it in coming 2 years. We are differentiated from all by having the seamless platform. Our goal is to reach 50K MRR by 12 months, surplus by 28 months with 490K. We are a project manager, a coder, a finance expert, looking for 1.2 million euros, mainly for development purposes. Our plugin has been tested and approved by 10 studios already. Our NFT billboard is on sales for Metaverse. We believe we are ready and on time to catch market shift opportunity. Let's build and capture the future of in-game ads. Let's play together. Thank you.
Thank you, Poppin Games. The jury.
Yeah. I'll kick it off. So my question is that I feel that the billboard advertising, put it this way, is kind of old school. So when I'm playing the game and I see something within the game, is there a chance that you can track the success? So any reaction, or how do you prove that this is actually efficient for the advertiser?
Exactly. When you think about in-game advertisement, you can go back to 1980s. They used to have it from then, but it used to be static. Now what we're talking is dynamic ad spots. So basically, you and I play the same time, same game, we see different ads. We are focused on branding currently. It's not clickable ads. It might be in the future. So the efficiency tracker is CPM-based and influence-based. Did I answer? Thank you.
Thank you for the pitch, and I think there was a spot-on question. I think that's definitely something which also was on top of my head, how you basically track the behavior after you see the ad. For me, it's also most importantly, it's like when we think about in-game advertisement, right? I think it's, first of all, for the successful games, pretty expensive, and for the vast majority of the games, it relies heavily on partnerships and collaborations with those big brands. So basically how we want to solve the behavior of the brands and basically like kind of the supply and demand, because you put yourself in between. So basically you increase the friction rather than decrease the friction. So like basically where's your position here between the demand and supply?
Okay. So basically when we look about the gaming industry, it is 70% almost is free plays now. You don't have to pay it. And it's changing structure from console to mobile. And I mean, when you look at the pictures, figures, it's 55% mobile, around 20 with computers, and 21, 29, it's around consoles. So basically moving to the free-to-play game structure. That's why we believe we have a good feature in that sense. And we are aiming in the beginning for the individual game developers, starting from that location. We are trying to build cooperations with edtech companies in regards to acquire games and brands together at the same time as well.
Yeah, is there time? Yeah, thanks for the pitch. Just a quick question. I think there's a lot of non-intrusive, audio ads and the platforms that are building that. So how do you view that competition? Because on the top of my mind, Audio Mob raised a huge round a while ago and so forth, and there is a little bit of competition. So how do you see kind of yourself comparing to audio ads?
Audio is also new. I mean, when you consider comparing to the regular pop-ups and videos, we aim to go for the large one as a starting point, because they cover already 95% of $6 billion market. Audios are coming into space as well. I think we all will capture from there. Then on, maybe we will compete with each other, or we will, get touch with together. We will act together. At the end, potentially, they will be buying us, but they are not the main competition for now.
Thank you so much, and
Thank
a round of applause for Popping Games. And please welcome Liigu. Hey.
Hello everyone, my name is Anna-Mari and I'm a CEO of Liigu. If you need to go from one place to another, the most reasonable choice still nowadays is often by a personal car, especially if you need to travel longer distances or if you are abroad. This brings you to a choice of a rental car, which, besides the fact of a car itself, may often be inconvenience and rather stressful journey for you. And this is exactly why we have started Liigu, to provide the convenience of a personal car into the mobile app and to have your car waiting for you, for example, in the airport, as if it were your own. But we consider it to be a bit better, because we turn your mobile phone, which you have always in your pocket, into your car keys. Obviously, the mobility markets are hot because the number of rental users is growing rapidly, and there is a constant increase in number of people who are actually choosing renting over owning. There are other players out there. Some of them are born digital, some of them are traditional over-the-counter services. What we know that we can do better in Liigu is that we can provide you guaranteed availability of a car, and we can do it in a language that is the most convenient for you as a customer. And we know it for a fact from the feedback that our customers have given to us. Our team has a years long of experience from the car rental distribution market, so this is why we are not afraid to do this highly competitive market. We've been operational for 9 months right now. We started with just 15 cars in France, Nice, and we have served now over 600 customers in 5 cities and in 5 languages. Our ambition is to have 3,000 cars out there by the end of this year, and we have already started sales in 17 cities across Europe. Our priority is to lease the vehicles, and for that we are also looking for some funding. So thank you for your attention, and I'm ready for your questions.
Thank you, Anna-Marie. Just could you provide a bit more color on the supply of cars? So I'm guessing this isn't P2P. Are you, you said you're leasing the cars. Are you working with OEMs? Are you working with dealers? A bit more color would be very helpful.
Yes, so we do have our own fleet. So as I mentioned, our priority is to lease the vehicles, not to purchase them. We are working with OEMs, but also with the dealers. So our main source of supply at the moment are dealers, because OEM struggle with this known chip shortage. But dealers have some cars in stock, so the cars are actually out there. We just need to get them.
Thank you. You mentioned you're looking for some funding. Can you elaborate on that a little?
So, if to say that we are willing to lease 3,000 vehicles, for that we would need 10 million euros. If to purchase, then 85.
Thank you very much. As you rightly stated, it's like a super competitive market. There's so many solutions out there, and myself, I'm an extensive user of those sharing economy apps. So what would drag me to Liigu rather than my existing apps I have? So the question I always have as a consumer, like, do I need another app basically? So what is basically your stickiness / uniqueness here?
Yeah, you're completely right. It is high competitive place to be at. So we are not on-demand service, first of all, to be clear. It's station-based, pre-scheduled, so we compete with traditional car rental companies the first place. So one competitor out there, which is Born Digital, is Virtuo, which provides you the offline digital access to a car. So we are just willing to be there as a choice for you, which is more convenient.
And just briefly touch quickly, so you mentioned 500 rides that you already delivered. How much revenue did you generate, and generally speaking, what is the business model? What's unique about the business model?
So the business model is basically that it's car as a service. Our customer pay upfront per day, or we are also testing a subscription model, pay per month. So like in traditional car rental, you book a car, you pay for it, you pick it up, you drive your...
And what was the revenue you generated?
The revenue we have generated so far is a bit under 200K.
Thank you so much, Liigu. Let's show some appreciation.
Thank you.
Woo! Thank you. Up next, it's Imagery Ward.
Hello. My name is Dmitry. I'm from Ukraine, and I want to present you a Imagery Ward, Digital Copyright Office for images. Million images are made every day, and only 2 ways to register copyrights. First is spend 3-6 months for the copyright office, and the second is send yourself an envelope with images. How do you think? Is it possible to handle million images by this way? I don't think so. So in time when anyone can come and try to get yours, let's talk about our alternative solutions. Digital Copyright Office for images. For creators, to register images, receive certificate and transfer rights. For content users, to check authorship, receive documents for the content. Total market size around 83 billion euros for those who are mad about original content. Starting from Latvia toward other European countries, number of potential clients are impressive. So how it works? Easy, like 1, 2, 3. You take the images that I showed before, drag and drop in our website, put descriptions, signature, and receive certificate. Business model, we offer subscriptions. Minimal business plan for 1.8 euros per images. Applied to 1% of daily image content registered. Can give 5.4 million profit daily. Progress and goals, keynotes when we develop the product, talk to user, launch the product, work with reputation. We plan in go-to-market with minimal 500 paid clients at 22-23. Our competitors, Pixie, Imagery rights, Ompet and Stamp, protect my work. Unlike them, we register copyrights, provide protection tools and certificates. Use several blockchains, give flexible prices. So our amazing team, there is no limited by these amazing people. And what is more important, skilled in legal and creative fields. Finally, what we are looking for is introduce creative communities and local law firms. We search 150,000 euros for marketing and sales. Thank you. Contact us by scan.
Thank you. It's up for the questions.
Hey, Dimitri, thank you for that. Just one question on how do you validate the authenticity? So if I take a picture of the Mona Lisa and then I upload it and I pay €1.80, how do you validate that, hey, this is a copy, this is a replica, you cannot copyright this?
Yes, I understand you. Thank you for the question. We using popular API, Google API, with well-known algorithms for this, and personal tuning. That is by NDA. We're talking about this with you in future, if you want.
Dimitri, how much of this 1.8 euro is your cost actually for the registration and everything else?
It's a digit which we calculate with minimal subscription plan.
Okay, so what's your margin? Like, how you make money basically, or how much money out of this you're making?
How we make money? Thank you. We propose different subscription plan, different configuration with public, private blockchain. I think it can be interesting for art people, for photographers, for illustrators, and many other people. We made experiments, made interviews with these people, and that's all.
Okay. All right, thanks.
Thank you so much, Dmitry. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I hope you're excited. The last startup of this semi-final round, it's Qtravel.ai.
Excuse me. Hello, my name is Agnieszka. I'm from Qtravel.ai, the next generation travel search. Did you know that the travel search has not changed for over 20 years? We can only choose destination, dates, and number of travelers. But we don't plan our holidays that way. We are looking for inspiration, for example, kite surfing in Greece. And we are often dissatisfied with the search results. On the other hand, travel providers have problems with searching in large, complex travel data. They would like to implement AI-based search solution, but they don't have AI teams. Our solution, Travel Search as a Service, provides travelers natural language search, and travelers providers get easy to implement AI-based search solution that can be used by developers and business teams. It is important now because COVID-19 has changed consumer habits. People did more online searching than ever. In travel industry, AI has the potential to create over $800 billion in value per year, but the AI adoption in travel companies is still very low. For example, only 2% of travel companies in Poland uses AI. Our first paying customers were travel tour operators in Poland, and now we are going global. Our solution can be also used by travel agencies, tours and activities providers, DMOs organization, or hotels. There are some search solutions on the market, but none of them provide natural language search that is good enough for travel domain, and they are not dedicated for high volume, complex travel data. Our business model is similar to e-commerce search as a service solutions. We have plans that depends on the size of the index data and the number of search requests. Our R&D team are top-class specialists in the AI, NLP, big data from top Polish universities. We have also over 20 years of experience in IT, AI, and e-travel. We work in the biggest travel companies in Poland, in travel startups, and AI startups. So far, we achieved almost 2 million euro. We obtained almost 2 million euro in fundings from European Union. We achieved 200,000 euros revenue in 2021. We also have monthly recurring revenue, 50,000 euros this quarter. We are looking for 2 million euros in funds to accelerate our growth and product development, because our long-term vision is to provide AI platform dedicated to travel. This year, we launched the Qtravel Search and Discovery product, and the next year we are going to launch analytics, prediction, and recommendation products for travel. Thanks you for your attention. We are Qtravel, and we want to change the travel search.
Thank you. Well, the jury, your questions.
Thanks for the pitch. My question, or kind of challenge rather, would be that I was monitoring one of the companies from Estonia, which is called Nordics, and they were doing something similar. So they were allowing free speech to kind of book the holidays, and AI was suggesting potential flights, potential activities that they could take on. They were matching the time schedule, so everything can be done in the flow, basically, during the same holiday. And where they ended up is, according to their research, this was not something that customers actually wanted to do when they were talking about traveling. They wanted to give precise orders, looking themselves, browsing themselves, and understanding themselves. So they made a pivot to real estate, and now they offer Norby to book real estate in Tallinn. So what is your take on this, and do you see the different picture? Are actually your customers interested in doing it this way?
Yes, because we cooperate with tour operators in Poland, and they have a few problems with the search, and our solution solves these problems. First, the search performance, and our solution is very fast, and the search requests are very fast. The second solution is that they have problems with actualization with data, and our solution also helps them. And the natural language. We know that this is very difficult to implement natural language in travel. This is different solution than e-commerce market, because in e-commerce the search is based on natural language. In travel this is not very popular, but we did a lot of testing with our customers and potential B2C clients, and they are very interested in natural language. But because it's difficult to implement natural language in travel, no of tour operators, travel activities providers do it on their website, but they are very interested to test this solution, and we have customers that uses our solution on their website, and it works.
Thank you. Best of luck from my side.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and a huge round of applause. And